I made it with my brother's girlfriend. She said, I think this is the nicest thing I've ever eaten.
Looks just like the picture.
Just like the picture. That is so weird. Amazing. Don't you love it when that happens?
Yes. We have just made Puttanesca traybake salmon from our lovely new book, Comfort.
It's just such a great dish. And we were talking about what makes this comforting, and I think it's kind of the style of cooking. It's just so easy. It's such a knockout dish for either the weekend or midweek, but it's just such a comforting, easy dish to make, isn't it?
It really is. We'll start with the anchovy oil.
Perfect.
Would you do me a favour and just roughly crush some of those coriander seeds while I chop the anchovies?
In the anchovy oil, we're going to have oil,
anchovies, a tomato paste. So we're going to get that going first. The anchovies melt. So actually with the chopping, you don't need to be too careful because they will melt in the oil. I'll put everything in this pan.
And you can make this in advance, couldn't you? If you wanted to make it a day ahead.
Totally. And you know, this actually for me makes a really nice spread. If you make like a crostini or sourdough, it sounds weird, but it is really tasty. It's just really savoury.
It so is. I mean, yeah, you just couldn't get more flavour in here, could you? Anchovies, capers, garlic. But it's somehow not sort of too much, even though there's just so many big flavours going on.
It's not, and actually, I think salmon is quite a robust fish, and it can withstand those flavours, I think. Yeah. So maybe if you know, I wouldn't use a really delicate fish like plaice or something. Yeah. But for this really works.
There's no place for plaice here.
There's no place for plaice here. No. Nice, nice. Okay.
And the smell is so good as well, isn't it? When it all gets going.
And the finished dish is so colourful and vibrant. I love this so much. Okay, so this is bubbling away nicely. So I'm going to let that cook for about 5 minutes. This won't ever be an emulsified sauce. If you're expecting that, obviously, you know, that's you need to manage your expectations. This is all about the oil and the flavour that the tomato and anchovy are going to impart into the oil. Do you want to prep? Do you want to just trim the ends of the beans?
Sure thing.
Oh, actually, yeah, you can reach over.
And so with the beans, would you only use beans, or if you kind of had like asparagus tips or tender stem broccoli?
I think that would work.
That would be grand.
Anything that would have a similar sort of bake time. So these go in the oven for about 12 to 13 minutes. So yeah, tender stem would work. Asparagus, actually, that's a nice idea.
Yeah. And I love a tray bake, and with the family, I love a tray bake because everyone can slightly pick out what they want without feeling too fussy.
I just like everything on one tray, that's the thing. Obviously the clue's in the name, tray bake, but it really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone loves it. Okay, this is smelling so good already. The key is to get something green and something that cooks quickly, right? Because obviously you've got the red from the tomatoes. I always like to think in colour as well. So anything that's green and quick cooking. So tender stem, asparagus, mange tout. Smells really good, and it's looking correct to me. So the anchovies have melted into the oil. The tomato, as I said, looks kind of, it hasn't incorporated, but that really doesn't matter. If anything, actually, I'm going to take some of the oil away in a bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the heat. And then I'm going to add very thinly sliced garlic. So you can do this by hand, or you can use a mandolin, which really helps. I'm not going to lie, I do love my mandolin at home, and I use it a lot.
I would never mandolin a garlic.
Would you not?
No, I would just worry about my knuckles too much, and I sort of can take the garlic slowly.
Okay, so the reason why this is being added at the end is because we don't want to cook the garlic much further, right? Because it's going to go onto the fish, it's going to roast in the oven, and you don't want the garlic to turn bitter.
Yeah.
And
so
then
you don't want any colour on there at all?
No colour on there at all. It's just going to sort of wilt in the hot oil. So like the residual heat left there is fine. And then some chili flakes, and then the lovely crushed coriander flakes. Give that a stir, and then this is finely chopped preserved lemon peel. So I've scooped out the flesh and then just chopped it up. The flesh, we haven't used it in this dish, but you can use it. You can sort of remove the pips, chop it up, stir it into yogurt. It's actually really nice. If you wanted to have yogurt alongside this, it would work really well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. I think maybe that's something people don't always know, is that you can eat the flesh of the preserved lemons. Yeah. The only thing you can't eat is the pips.
And then last, some maple syrup for sweetness. because there's
I
a
guess
lot
you
of...
could put a bit of brown sugar in as well.
You could put a bit of brown sugar, a bit of honey, the tomato paste, and there's that bite from the garlic. And anchovies can also, they also have that pungency. So this just mellows everything out. A little bit of sweetness. All right, so I've got a large baking tray. And this is where this separation of the tomato paste that I was talking about will help you, because we're going to use some of this oil to flavour the tomatoes and the beans and the spring onions. Yeah, everything on the tray.
So we've got tomatoes.
Tomatoes, please. Spring onions.
Look, it's so pretty.
See, it looks so beautiful already. It's like, you know this is going to be good. And then I'm going to take about 3 tablespoons of the oil.
Just the oil, okay, so leave the solids there.
Leave the solids, because we're going to put them onto the salmon. I mean, if a little bit creeps in, it's not the end of the world. But again, this just works so nicely.
That'd be so nice if you're doing potatoes as well, wouldn't it? If you're doing a
oh my God, that
tray
would
of
be
potatoes,
so good.
use the same oil.
A little bit extra, because I like to be extra. Pinches of salt and a few grinds of pepper would be amazing.
I'm feeling very useful here.
You are, actually. This is great. I'll just let you do it. I'll just stand back.
Makes my hands okay?
Yeah, mix your hands. Hands are the best tools. You can use a spoon,
so
tongs, but we're not precious.
I'm kind of obsessed about doing things in advance before my buddies or anyone I'm eating with comes. So I would do this stage before, which means that then when it comes to cooking, I'm just then doing the fish. So yeah, this is something you can do in advance if, like me, you don't like cooking when people actually arrive.
Yeah, because when your guests arrive, you want to be chatting and having a drink.
Chilled host.
Great. In a 220-degree oven for about 12 to 13 minutes. So we basically want to get these cooked, obviously, and starting to char slightly before we add the fish. Because if we added the fish now, it would be overcooked. All right.
I'll crack on with the herbs.
It's equal amounts of each, like a good couple of handfuls of parsley and of basil, and then I'll take care of the olives. So these are black olives. Halve them. You can cut or tear. I'm actually going to go rogue and tear.
Whoa!
I know. Feels more fun.
And so the reason it's called Puttanesca is it's literally just the ingredients, isn't it? It's just sort of hitting the big Puttanesca notes, the olives, capers, anchovies.
The chili, yeah, it's all fiery and very pungent. And I think back in the day, something that you had in your pantry, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, all Ottolenghi cooks have all these ingredients in their pantry: the preserved lemons,
yes,
the oil,
if you don't,
the basil.
What is it about this dish, would you say, that makes it comforting for you?
I think the comfort here is the comfort of the ease of cooking it, that it's just such an easy dish to cook for either yourself or for buddies. So that kind of, the comfort, the kind of, there's just no faff. Like, you literally can't go wrong with this, which is very comforting. You can find comfort in something that's just in the ease of its preparation. Absolutely, the way you eat is comfort, because you're just going to have a super kind of chilled host here. But also for me, texturally, I love things that are really oily and silky, and for me, the salmon and just all of it is just so delicious. Yeah. So I'm going to add the olives to your bowl of herbs. And then here I've got another preserved lemon, which I've, again, removed the flesh, and then just cut these into thin sort of slivers. It's quite nice having the little soft preserved lemons, isn't it? Because you can get kind of big ones with very thick skin, but this super soft one means they're really soft, they're really tender, and actually they're like a savoury wine gum, I think. You know, like little gummies. And that's such a great description. I've never thought of that. These are some capers. Again, lots of briny, salty flavours, delicious. So these are fairly small, but I'm going to give them a rough chop anyway. I love capers. I think I have a caper addiction. I think I have them every single day of my life. Really? Yeah. Oh, you do on your salads that you always have with your... I am big on capers. I used to be a raisin person, and then I crossed the floor to capers. You changed sides. They just add that hit of, you know, savouriness, because they're salty, they're briny, they have everything, really. Yeah. A couple of tablespoons of lemon juice, thank you. We always need to balance everything with some brightness. Squeeze a lemon.
definitely.
So you use regular oil here. It's not the
Regular oil,
you
not
haven't got
this
the
one. We're
anchovy.
going to save this one for the salmon.
Because the salsa is so fresh, you don't want anchovy oil in salsa.
There's so much richness going on in the actual tray bake that this is that sort of freshness that you want to go with.
Again, this is such a lovely salsa for other things as well, isn't it?
So good.
You could have this on your bruschetta. We're mixing all our... Where are we? Are we in Naples?
We're just
Are we
wherever we want to be.
in France?
There you
We're
go.
in Holloway.
We're in Holloway
Unfortunately.
right now.
Dreaming of being in Naples,
All right.
opening our pantry.
If you want to give that a stir,
Yep.
and if you wanted to, you can add a bit of black pepper to that. Okay, so the veg are about to come out the oven. So in the meantime, it's just a little bit. There you go.
It's a very neat little tray.
It is. Obviously, you don't. We have lots of these, but you can use a plate, whatever you have. And then with this beautiful anchovy tomato mixture, we're gonna sort of spread this. Yeah, you can get a spoon onto each.
Do you want it to sit quite neatly on
Yeah,
top?
you want to kind of like smoosh it, press it in. So I tend to divide it evenly first by eye, and then I'll go back and smoosh it.
Ready, steady, Puttanesca!
They look perfect.
Oh, so pretty.
Okay, so let's just give them a bit of a stir around. Now we're going to just nestle these amongst the veg. Yeah, look at that. This looks great.
One for the gram.
The temperature remains the same, so salmon doesn't take long to cook. I'm just going to, any residual waste not, want not.
Beautiful. None left for your bruschetta. You should have doubled it for
I should have, I know. I should have taken my own advice. Yum.
I don't want to say that we're reinventing the traybake, but I just feel like we reinvented the traybake.
It's so good. I'm not going to put all of the salsa on top, just some, just because I think it pretties it up. It's
Pretties it up?
Pretties it up. So it pretties it up.
Salsa's ready.
Grab a plate. I feel powerful holding this.
Pink on pink, I quite like that.
You like pink on this?
So
I'm gonna
pretty.
give you this. So pretty. So for me, the 8-minute on the salmon is perfect. I like it a little bit translucent. I think it's nice.
I'm more of a 10 to 12 girl.
But you can add more.
Verena, thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Delicious.
Okay, I wish I could convey how soft this salmon is.
Yeah, so for you, that's the comfort thing, is the texture of how silky soft it is, and the tomatoes too.
I need to take a moment. No, but it really is so good. So much flavour, and it doesn't. You can still taste that, the salmon taste, if that makes sense. It doesn't overpower the salmon, and as I said earlier, it really can take those strong flavours.
Yeah.
It's so good. Even if I do say so myself.
Delicious. Puttanesca.